Are those old, antiquated looking signs in front of a house, for sale signs, are they still necessary in today's modern world? Do they work? Hey guys, it's Dave here with Elite Real Estate Coaching and Training. If you've been watching our videos, you know that over the last few weeks, we've been breaking down a portion of my book that we call the A to Z's of real estate. And today we've moved on to F, and F stands for sale signs. So if you stick around for the video today, we're going to dive into for sale signs and what it is that you as a real estate professional need to know about them. Welcome back to my channel, guys. I hope you like our content, and I hope if you do like the content, you've already done the cool thing and subscribed for me. So today we're talking about real estate for sale sign. For the longest time, there's been this wonderful saying in our industry that says, listers last. And what that means is if you go out and you list a bunch of real estate, you're going to make it in this business. And if you wear yourself out working only with buyers, that it's kind of hard to maintain that grind year over year over year. And the good news for you is that eventually your buyers end up selling those homes. And as an agent, if you've done a good job of staying in touch with them, which we talked about in our previous video, I'll put that link in the comments section below if you're watching on YouTube. If you've done a really great job of staying in touch with all those people who you helped buy a home over the years, well, eventually those people end up needing to sell that home for one reason or another, and you have an opportunity to pick up those listings. So let's get to the for sale sign. Is it necessary? Well, there's some obvious reasons why it is necessary. If you're a buyer's agent and you've been driving around looking for that house, and sometimes the map coordinates or the GPS doesn't take you exactly there, then that for sale sign is a great indicator of, yes, this is the house for me. As I pull up, there's that house with that Century 21 sign or Remax sign or whatever brand sign is in the yard, and I'm obviously showing a home in this neighborhood and it looks like the house in the picture and that's the one with the sign. That makes sense. It's also really great out front when we're driving fast down a more rural area and we see that sign, we know that it's time to slow down. We're going to be making the turn off of that busier road into the driveway. So there's the practical pieces of a for sale sign that simply help us as buyer's agents know where we're going and this is the right property. We've made it to the right place. But there's a lot more to it. Every year I have agents that we coach that will talk about their conversion rate on sign calls. Yes, for sale signs still work. People still call the phone number on the sign and ask to speak to the agent because they want to know more information about it. That is an opportunity to convert a sign call. Another great reason to have that for sale sign up in front of a house is it is great advertising to the neighbors that you're the listing agent in that community. Did you know that NAR estimates that when a home goes on the market in a normal neighborhood, your typical residential neighborhood, 3 of the closest 20 neighbors are going to consider putting their home on the market. If you've got a really amazing sign that's not too busy, I'll get more on that later, but if you've got a good sign in the yard of the house that you're listing, then you've got a chance to pick up the neighbors because they'll be able to get your name and phone number off of that sign. Speaking of signs, I'm a huge proponent of the Coming Soon system if your MLS allows it. It's a big thing for us here in Kansas City. So getting that sign up early with Coming Soon in front of it allows us to build hype as people drive around the neighborhood. And because it's not active in the MLS, for us, it's not on all the websites and portals yet. So you've got some exclusive marketing for your home if you're using the Coming Soon status. Now, again, you need to check your local MLS regulations on that because I do understand some MLSs do not allow for that. Then there is how do we take the old-fashioned real estate sign and turn it into something modern? I know you've seen these things, right? Well, that's a QR code. QR codes are simply a code that when we scan it with our phone, the camera on our phone, it takes us to a website. And it was one of those weird things. About 10 years ago, as a real estate broker and agent, I started hearing about QR codes, and the people who were selling QR codes to us were telling us it was going to revolutionize the industry. Well, unfortunately for them, they were way ahead of their time, and QR codes kind of fell flat. But something weird happened a few years ago. COVID came about. And when we came out of our homes after lockdown, we could go to restaurants, but restaurants didn't have paper menus because they couldn't disinfect them as well. So they put QR codes out. And we learned as a society how to scan that QR code, and then we could take that QR code and look at the menu while we were there and be a little less germy, I guess you would say. After that, our industry jumped on it and said, okay, what do we need to do for QR codes? Nowadays, we use QR codes with all of our coaching clients on a very regular basis. We put them on our direct mail program that we teach, driving them back to websites that actually capture content and information. So, let's talk about QR codes and your for sale sign. I'm not saying that you need to go put a giant QR code and have it on your for sale sign permanently, but I do believe a sign writer with a QR code that says scan here for more information. And when they scan that QR code, it takes them to the website that you have set up for that house, and they get to see all the photos. Now, we use KV Core in our office, and KV Core has some amazing tools for QR codes and the ability to manually enter our coming soon properties in there. So we can have a QR code on a writer that would take them to the KV Core website for that particular property. And then once they see a few photos, the screen pops up and says register to see the rest of the photos, and then the agent has the ability to communicate with that potential client. So this is a new way to take a really outdated old for sale sign and use it as a marketing tool for the future. We used to put flyers in front of the houses. This is the digital version of a flyer, and I think that it is incredibly important. For sale signs are great. They help the showing agent know where they're going and know that they're at the right property. They create hype around the property when we're in coming soon status because you have exclusive marketing of that property for a period of time until it goes live in the MLS. They definitely help you communicate with the neighbors that I'm the person selling this house. Now let's talk about your for sale sign for a few moments. If you have been in the real estate business for more than a hot moment, you've probably seen some for sale signs from real estate agents that have so much garbage and content on them that you would literally have to stop your car and walk up to the sign to figure out what the heck it actually says. So I'm going to give you a little bit of information that should help you with your for sale signs. If you cannot read everything on that for sale sign at 30 feet or more in less than 3 seconds, your for sale sign is a mess. Think about it, guys. If we're in a residential neighborhood and we're driving 25 miles an hour and we see your for sale sign, how much time do you have to gain my attention? Very, very, very short, just a few short seconds. And yet I see these crazy for sale signs with all kinds of garbage and content and things on there that they are simply never going to read. What's important is that the house is for sale. Your name and phone number, and most likely your brokerage name and phone number, depending on your state, the rules around that. That should be all that is on your real estate standard sign. Anything in addition to that should come as a writer, and I'm a huge fan, as you just heard, of using QR codes. Those are the big reasons to have for sale signs in our market today. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, and you haven't already done so, go ahead and click that like and subscribe button on there. I would sure appreciate it. We drop a video every Thursday morning, and I can't wait till we do the next one. And I'll be in touch soon, guys. We'll talk to you later. Make it a great day.